Bang, bang. What's going on, guys? You're tuned to another exciting edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. So I'm your host, Preston, joined by my co-host, Mr. Danny Betts. We'll break down this weekend's exciting main event featuring Devin Haney as he takes on Ryan Garcia. Fight's been building on for months, and enough talking. Well, there will still be more talking because there's a press conference coming soon. And as Dick's Insider so eloquently put it in the chat, bad karma for Mr. Devin Haney tonight for shoving Ryan Garcia. Danny, I'll start with you. Early thoughts on, I guess, the build up to the fight, and then your breakdown, and then we'll just go back and forth.
Yeah, we could go back and forth with what's going on with the press conferences and stuff like that right now. I agree with Dixon. Shout out to Dixon. Shout out to my boy Tone. Dixon's always everywhere, man, supporting everybody's content. Shout out to him for real. It's been nuts, bro. There's been a lot of shit going on with Garcia. I don't know if you guys, been following, like, posting, like, crazy videos of Illuminati shit and all types of stuff. And I don't want to get into some of it. And then today he says he identifies himself as a woman. And then, like, he's supporting all the LGBT and things like that. It's just, like, it's nuts. And some people are defending him. A lot of people are, like, going nuts about it and hating on him, which I agree. I hate what he's doing. And some people are kind of saying, like, he's still promoting the fight. In a way, kind of, but that's not how you promote a fight. Like, there's nothing, everything that he's doing has nothing to do with the fight, like, at all. It's other politics and all this other shit. But hey, at the same time, there's a lot of guys, there are a lot of people that are seeing this and they're like, oh, I gotta watch this fight now. He has millions and millions of followers. That's the one thing about him. People are just gonna watch, especially now with all the things he's been, doing. And then Haney, on the other hand, he's being more aggressive when it comes to, like, talking, saying he's gonna knock his ass out. Pushing him, which he's been doing lately. A lot of people do that just to sell the fight, but I actually think they don't like each other. I mean, they've got a lot of history from the amateurs from way back in the day. They fought 6 times in amateurs. They're 3-3. Him and I can't stand, like, when it comes to fathers in boxing, bro. Like, I always feel like fathers, like Haney's dad, they always try to steal the show or try, like, hey, look at me, and then start talking shit like Haney's dad's been doing.
His
like
dad's
him, like Tio's dad, all these dads, like, they what's the other guy's name? I forget his name, but most of the dads out there, like, they talk too much shit, whatever. But hey, so it's a fight. I'm liking it. It's entertaining when it comes to the conferences and stuff because you don't know what's gonna happen, bro. Like, ever since the first conference, like, the whole dilemma with Garcia was going nuts, and he looked like he was, like, coked out. Like, he was sweating, like, talking like crazy, like if he was high or something, and saying all types of shit, talking about God, and then 2 seconds later he's cursing out somebody in the stadium, in the arena or whatever, saying he's gonna beat his ass. What do you think about all these events?
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of. Oh yeah, that's a good one, Ken. Danny Garcia's dad is.
Oh yeah, bro, he's bad. He's bad too, bro.
He's horrible. Yeah, because we, like, so once the fight got announced, we were pretty excited. Oh, it should be a good fight. Wonder what they'll line the fight. Then they did the introductory press conference, and we talked about it on the show a few times. We assumed, oh, well, that fight's not happening. like Ryan Garcia is on drugs. He's, like, I'll give him credit. He kind of called, like, the Puff Daddy stuff because he was on that pretty early.
No, did he? That's the trend right now.
So I'll give him credit for that. But our worry is, like, the focus, and obviously it's kind of baked into the line, which we'll get into with Ryan. It is funny, the one that Dixon, I've been seeing this one all over Twitter and stuff. And then, because then they cut to Haney, and I forget what Haney says. Was like, "I'm just ready to go. Let's fight." Ryan.
Right. Like, I agree with Dixon too. Like, it's so bad, but it's still funny.
Yeah. So it should be exciting. It's had a more interesting build-up compared to the Tank fight. Tank fight was just, they're ready for the fight. And, yeah, it could be an exciting fight. Remember how long it does last. It could last long. But, be a quick night. We'll get right to it.
I was gonna say fix your mic real quick, P. Just a little bit.
We'll get
There
right
it is.
to it. Current odds, our favorite book, mybookie.ag. If you guys could, enter promo code PUBSPORTS. Get that deposit bonus match credit debit, 100% or 50% credit debit to 1,000, 100% Bitcoin. Use the Bitcoin. Mybookie.ag has Devin Haney minus 900. Round props over under 10.5 rounds. Juice to the over 10.5 rounds minus 225. Danny, do you agree with these odds? Do you agree with the total? Books are shading the fight to go the distance, and then presumably Devin Haney by decision. Let you take the floor.
I'll talk about the fight first, and then we'll talk about the betting or whatever. Hold on. Somebody in the chat said, "What do you guys think about the over 5.5 rounds?" Well, the over's at 10.5. I don't know if the or Haney decision. Well, we get to the bets, but 5.5 is super juice. It's gotta be if you got alternate line, or you mean maybe like over 5.5 and maybe Haney to win or something like that. But Dixon says minus 900 in this economy. I mean, I think it. What line did it open? Wasn't it 650, 700?
Yeah, I want to say 700, and then right after that press conference, I think it went up like 1,200, and now it's kind of settling down because Tank, I think Tank was only 400 or 500 over Ryan.
Yeah, we were never seeing that line again, and then the knockout was free money. But yeah, I'll talk about like I said earlier, these guys have a lot of history. They've known each other since little kids, pretty much. Grew up in the amateurs, fought each other 6 times. They're 3-3. Always, talking shit to each other on Twitter. This and that. Stevenson, Shakur Stevenson also. They were like the 3 kings. They were calling them basically. And Haney, he went up to 140 and looked great in his ass fight against Prograis. Dominated him, put him down, hurt him a couple times, and won a clear decision. Couldn't get him out of there, but he beat his ass, And then at this weight class at 140, Haney's looking great shape. He doesn't have to cut like crazy like he used to. He's a big kid. Garcia, same thing. Like he's at 140. I think this is his second fight or third fight technically. At 140, his last fight he fought with Durate. Mexican boxer that pressures a lot, and he looked all right. I mean, he looked normal. There was a couple things that were funny as hell. He was trying to do the Philly shell that looked horrible because he was giving up his back. He was like going like that, and he was kind of like setting him up because the ref was screaming at Durate like, "Hey, don't hit him almost in the back, whatever." But I'm like, bro, it's Garcia's fault. He's over here turning his back. But yeah, he got the job done. Got the late KO. We all know, like, put everything aside, TikTok and all that other bullshit that, if you want to see a real TikTok, go on my Danny Betts Tuesdays. Garcia has speed, has power, has that left hand. But the thing is with him, he's not technical at all. He's got to work on his footwork, his foot placement, keeping his hands up every time he strikes. He gets too aggressive. He leaves openings. We saw what happened with Durante Tank Davis when he fought him, and Davis just too much IQ, set him up bad, hit him with the body shot, and then he ended up quitting. He did have an injury. I think a broken rib or fractured rib going into that fight. I will say that. But where his mistake is, he started off good in that fight against Tank, being patient, but then he got into a firefight real quick. I think it was like in the second round, and then he got knocked down. Mm-hmm. Here, Haney is way better technically, better footwork, one of the best jabs in boxing. Now you're seeing a little bit more power out of him. He's got a lot of decisions. Hands down, he's going to pick this guy apart in my eyes. But if you implement like everything that's going on, their chemistry, not chemistry, but their history and things like that, I actually do think like Garcia is getting into Haney's head a little bit. And I don't care what you think. Like if you're Haney, you know, a lot of people are criticizing you because, I think he lost against Loma. Oh, he doesn't have a lot of KOs. So this is a perfect guy in a big stage to try to get that KO. So I feel like he's got a lot of pressure to get that KO. It could be his downfall in this fight, in my opinion, or not. Or he could get the KO and on this big stage and get more followers. Garcia's not gonna outbox him. I think he's gotta be patient, keep talking your shit, keep doing the crazy things you're doing, actually, to get in his head to make Haney come forward and be more aggressive, to be more open for his big, left hand, and he does have power in his right. It's just like he doesn't really use it all like that. So I see, if you're smart, Garcia has to be the counter shot, like throw his counter shots in this fight. Don't be aggressive, be patient early, and try to make Haney come to you. Haney on the other side, it depends what you want. I think he does want the KO, but he'll be stupid to come too aggressive. We know what happened with Linares. Everybody brings that up. He got stunned late in that fight, but he overcame it and clearly won that fight. So his chin is a little bit, everybody gets cracked once in a while. He's never been down. Garcia's been down and knocked out, and then he's been down with Campbell. But the way I see this fight, I think Haney is going to pick him apart. Like I said, Garcia has nothing to stop that jab from Haney. It's my question is if Haney really wants that KO, if he's going to be too aggressive. I don't want him to do that. I don't think he will. I think he could early, but then realize, like, oh, shit, hold on. I'm kind of fucking up. Garcia kind of caught me with his left hand. I felt his power. Let me back up a little bit. And I think we see Garcia actually fight smart here, man. Try to get Haney a bite in, set up his counters, and then maybe later on or mid-fight try to, like, get a little bit more aggressive. But I just see Haney being the overall better boxer in this one. There's a lot of money. I don't know if you guys have been following the money lines. I mean, the props. A lot of money's been coming on the KO for Haney. Like, decision was minus 220. I could get at Bet365 at minus 138 right now. I'm going to wait a little bit to see if more money comes in the KO. You got to prove it to me, man. I got Haney by decision in this one, clearly. I got to get, like, you got to show me that you could get this KO versus Garcia, man. And I think we're getting, I know it's not Sunday, but hallelujah, bro. We getting a discount on this decision prop for Haney at minus 138. I got to take that, bro. I don't care how much money is coming in the KO. I think a lot of the public is like, oh my God, all this shit happening with Garcia. And he almost knocked out Regis Prograis. A lot of like recency bias, and everybody thinks that Haney all of a sudden is going to be a power puncher and knock out Garcia. I got Haney all day by decision in this one.
Yeah, I actually think it's going to be a pretty boring fight, to be honest. I think Garcia's going to, kind of what you're saying, bait Devin Haney into making it a fight, and Haney's too smart to engage with Ryan Garcia. So it's going to be jab, jab, jab city. Like, it's not as perfect as when Haney fought Kambosos, those two fights, but it's similar because I do think Ryan is more the fighter to get into, I won't say quit, but get into it. And then if things go bad, the corner's getting on his ass. And then he's like, oh, F this, like, let's go. And then he pushes Devin to, the ropes. But yeah, I like Haney here. I like Haney here by decision. And Ulysses right here, pretty spot on. I did think he lost that fight against Lomachenko. Did rewatch that fight. I did believe he lost that fight. And Lomachenko is just supremely skilled.
It's styles though, because when you say pace, you're finding Loma. He's called the Matrix for a reason. The dude's footwork is like he's over here, then he's over here. Like Garcia's none of that.
Yeah, no, Garcia. Like I rewatched the Tank fight today. He was just chasing Tank the whole fight, and then Tank was letting him get off a few, punches, and then he cracked him, and they countered him. Haney's more gonna jab Ryan off, and Ryan's gonna if he's smart, Ryan should try to like go the body to him early and
Yeah.
really try to set it up. We'll see kind of what happens with how the fight plays out. I personally think it's going to be a pretty dull fight. Because Garcia just doesn't have like even against the Duarte fight, it was a close-ish fight because we were waiting for the KO. Like even his corner was kind of like, you're gonna have to get it here, and then he did get it, and like that was it. He's not winning minutes. Haney's gonna win the minutes. Ryan's gonna have to win the moments, and when that happens, give me Devin Haney. Devin Haney's won 7 straight decisions. Kind of what you just said. Do you want to get the KO? Get the KO.
Yeah.
I thought Prograis was trash. The
yeah.
fight in June, the fight before he fought Haney, I thought he looked horrible.
Yeah.
So he got like a layup opponent there. He looked horrible. Haney gets the fight versus Prograis, moves up in weight, looks good, does drop him, but then after that, just sticks to the game plan, coasts, to the decision. So, yeah, I mean, Devin Haney by decisions, I'm not arguing that. And I do see what you're saying. One book open, Haney KO plus 450.
Dude,
that book now has it at plus 200.
It's getting killed. Like, bet 365, like I said, has KO plus 162 now. Like, and Dixon's always trying to find those big, nice lines there. He's asking about the draw. I don't think there's a draw in this fight, honestly, in my opinion. But he said, what can we parlay Haney decision with to get plus money? Me and P were talking about it. I haven't dug into it yet, but even though this undercard is not that great, I gotta look into it. I don't know what else. There's not a lot of things. Like, there's no UFC.
Yeah, so the rumor was with the Garcia thing, they put Arnold Barboza on the undercard in case Garcia is like out of his mind and can't fight. They're gonna float Arnold Barboza in there. So I believe Barboza's in like a setup fight.
I forget. Damn, who's he fighting? I gotta look into it. PFL, I try to stay away from PFL, bro. There's a lot of BS in that. Like, in my opinion. What time will the main event start for Ryan? Man, we don't. You know how it is, P. Right? Like, sometimes they drag it out. Depends how the undercard. How the undercard.
I was gonna say probably like 11 Eastern.
Yeah, I'm guessing the same. 11:30, maybe even midnight.
Yeah, it's a brutal undercard. It just got announced like a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and it's a bad undercard.
Yeah. Besides Barboza, I think that's the only, if I remember right, that's the only like well-known guy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even say well-known guy. Us, we know him, but decent.
It didn't help when was it Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney? Like there was a graphic they're struggling to sell out. Like the venue.
Yeah, he said Garcia posted like a TikTok or video that they lowered the prices. He said it straight up. He's like, I told him. Well, he tried to take credit. I don't know if it's true or not, but he's like, I told him to lower the prices, because we want to sell out, which is true. And there's not. He basically said it like there's not a lot of tickets selling.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, for sure next week we'll definitely be recapping the fight and seeing what else gets announced. There should be something next week, and then we got the big Cinco de Mayo fight, Canelo.
Is there a decent fight next week? I don't know, but I know after that we got like 4 weeks in a row, like great cards, great fights. I mean,
yeah, Canelo, Loma. I can't remember. Then the
BF is coming. Usyk,
Bivol fight.
Fury. Bro, did you see the 5v5 card?
Yeah, with Wilder and Jang.
Dude, that card is crazy. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting fight to see what happens with Deontay because he looked so bad.
Yeah, Zhang too. Yeah, we could give our best bets real quick. I mean, we pretty much already said it, but
yeah, Yeah, Daniel, I'll let you
Yeah,
take the floor.
best bet. I mean, like I said, I haven't dug into the undercard at all. So if you want to follow me on Twitter X, this might change if I find a sleeper bet or something on undercard, which I haven't done any research on. But I gotta go Haney by decision. Right now at bet 365 is at, what is it, 136 or 138? This line movement is crazy though, man. I'm going against it. It's minus 130 at bet 365 by decision for Haney. I'm gonna wait. Like I said, they keep putting money and changing this line for the KO and lowering it to a decision. If it's a trap, like I forget what bet I set it for, and it cashed either way. If it's a trap, I don't give a shit. I'd rather lose money with my own read. Going against the grain, going against the line movement, I gotta take Haney by decision.
Yeah, I'll touch on the comment right here. Yeah, I just thought that fight was extremely close. I thought Loma was hurting Haney, and
I thought,
yeah.
I mean, we talked about, that week after or whatever. I thought Haney won, but by a round or two, because he finished. Loma had
the 12th round he took.
Yeah,
off.
he had a good 9-10. 11 was close, and then he took 12 off, clearly.
Yeah.
He did not win 12 at all. That's what got it for me personally, but yeah, it was super close. No robbery at all. I hate when people say it. That was a super close ass fight, bro.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I was shocked that he took the fight because Lomachenko gets docked, left and right. Dixon asking if we ever bet the punch landed, Probs. No, I don't know if Prize Picks has that up or not, but I felt bad. It seemed like, quote, easy money. Jamal Hill landing more punches than Pereira, and then Pereira ended up landing more punches because the fight ended immediately.
Yeah, I stay away from that.
And then Ulysses asking for Twitter. It's right on our names there. Danny Betts, 2 Z's, and the name Preston Ekdahl for Twitter. And I agree with Danny. Devin Haney decision. It's not it hasn't lost in 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
Why go away from it? The only argument I can see is Garcia puts himself in a firefight, but even then, Haney's not killing people out here. The Prograis fight, the knockdown, it was a legitimate knockdown, but it wasn't a hard he's
it was
out.
A flash knockdown,
Yeah,
one of those he caught him, he got off balance, knocked him down, but
yeah, that could happen. What Dixon is saying, Haney could get one knockdown and then win a decision, so plus 125. Yeah, I could see that happening.
I could definitely see that.
Because
I won't be surprised though. I know it sounds crazy, but what do you think about? I don't know what the odds are, but Garcia to get a knockdown
on Haney.
Yeah, I could definitely if Haney's over aggressive, if he's he's been talking about he's gonna get this knockout there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think it's all
that's
chatter.
what I'm saying. He could be just talking shit. We won't know until it happens, until the fight starts. But I don't know. I'm trying to see.
Show.
Let me see.
Dixon saying plus 400 for Garcia knockdown.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Yep, plus 400 right here. That's not. I wish it was a little bit more, maybe 5, 6, but that's not bad. For something fun, for the fight or whatever. But I'm not gonna bet it. I'm just, giving you guys ideas. I know Dixon likes his plus money. Obviously, me too. But and I know he was asking about the punches. I usually don't really look into that, but most punches thrown for Garcia is plus 333. Most punches landed is plus 450 for Garcia. And then you're not getting anything. Haney is minus 500, minus 700. And I think his line is plus or over 200 punches landed is -110 for Haney.
Yeah, I was gonna say a Haney fight. He's throwing like 20, 25 punches.
Well, you always got to think about this too. Is it going the distance?
Yeah.
So if you think it's going the distance, then obviously you got more time to add those punches.
Yeah.
There's a big difference though. Like 200 punches is -110, like I said, but 250 is plus 240. So they're thinking it's like right there, if you know what I mean. Like that's the biggest jump, I think. Well, from 150 is the biggest jump.
Yeah, I would just go safe with it and take Haney decision. Like,
I'm just reading off whatever
right.
the chat's asking, but yeah, it's decision all day for me, all day.
It's going
mushroom Andrew D. I know Big Show was here. What's up, Big Show? Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for me. Like I think Haney, but I know you kind of think it's gonna be a snooze fest. I don't think so. I think it'll be a little entertaining, especially if Haney's in his game. I could see Garcia getting bloodied up and he starts talking shit and starts being reckless and swinging the right way and things like that. But for our bet, give me boring all day. I'll go.
Yeah, like that's why. Because it used to be pretty easy with the UFC. I know they've adjusted the rules for judging. But it used to be the wrestler would win every round. He would take the guy down twice, lay on him. They give him every round. Now, I guess
I'm so glad they're doing it the way they're doing it, though. Because I always disagreed. It depends, because every fight's not the same. I know we're talking about MMA, of course. This is a UFC channel, too. But if you're getting takedowns, and say you're getting control time, like 3.5 minutes of the round, when not much striking at all, and then the guy gets up and there's 2 minutes of striking, and he's definitely winning the striking exchanges, I'm definitely going to score for the guy creating damage and landing the big punches, in my opinion. But if you're on the ground trying to get subs, that counts too. I guess
it's not like an argument, but so for me, but Grant, I'm biased. I thought Oliveira won the third round because I thought he almost had him choked out.
I'm a huge, but that was the only thing. That's the only thing he did, literally.
Right. Yeah, but it looked. But we'll say that was a close fight. That was a good. I thought that was fair. That was a fair decision.
I thought it was 29-28 pretty clear, but it was a good, entertaining ass fight. It's an Oliveira fight. Shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue because I felt like people were acting like Surukin was just going to run through him.
I thought he was going to finish him late, but that was my last leg of the 2-leg party. I'm over here sweating.
Like Dixon said, or Mushroom said, my apologies. If you guys could smash the like button on your way out, make sure to drop a comment down below with your predictions on this fight. Dixon loves his big plus money.
He always goes for that, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't mind that. I don't mind it.
I mean, if that happens, that could be like fight of the year. Which
that's something fun too. Like, you're rooting for three things basically. And a big number, so you don't have to put a lot on it.
Yeah, no, I agree. At $10 on that, you pick up what, 260.
Do I think it happens? No, but
yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, and then we got to see, we got the press conferences coming up, weigh-ins, and we'll see how both guys look. And it's going to be a very well-watched fight. There's no UFC to contend, so it's going to be a big, big fight. At the very least, we'll likely be back next week for a recap. If there's a fight next week to break down, we will break that fight down. As I said before, if you guys could, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, join the gold membership, $10 a month, twice a week, opportunity for $50, sports races, Jimmy the Bag Show. Curtis said, touch on this. The only guy I know is Arnold Barbosa's fighting. I think he's minus 1,200. He's the only fight I know on the undercard.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I agree with P, and I got to dig into the undercard to see if I'm betting anything.
Yeah. So, as I said, we'll definitely touch on the recap next week. See if Garcia can pull off the upset, or Haney does what Haney does and cruises to a decision. Much appreciated, winner circle. We'll see you guys. This was the main event. Talking Hands. Peace, guys.